In ancient India, there lived a young prince named Siddhartha Gautama. He was born into a life of luxury and privilege, with every comfort and luxury at his disposal. However, despite his wealth and comfort, he felt a deep sense of unease and dissatisfaction with his life. He was troubled by the suffering he saw around him, and he longed to understand the meaning of life and how to alleviate the suffering of others. Siddhartha's father, the king, was determined to shelter his son from the harsh realities of life. He surrounded him with every comfort and luxury, and kept him isolated from the outside world. Siddhartha grew up in a palace, surrounded by opulence and extravagance, but he knew nothing of the suffering that existed outside its walls. One day, however, Siddhartha ventured outside the palace walls, and his life was forever changed. He encountered an old man, a sick man, and a dead man, and he realized for the first time that suffering was an inescapable part of life. He also encountered a holy man, a monk, who radiated a sense of peace and serenity. This encounter left a profound impression on Siddhartha, and he began to wonder if it was possible to achieve the same sense of inner peace and happiness. Siddhartha decided to leave his palace and seek enlightenment through a life of spiritual asceticism. He traveled far and wide, studying with various gurus and practicing extreme forms of self-denial. He fasted for long periods of time, slept on beds of nails, and even went without food and water for days at a time. However, he found that these practices only led to more suffering, and he realized that true enlightenment could not be found through such extreme measures. Siddhartha continued his spiritual quest, seeking answers to life's greatest questions. One day, he encountered a group of ascetics who were practicing extreme forms of self-denial. They believed that the path to enlightenment required them to renounce all worldly pleasures and sufferings, and they subjected themselves to extreme physical and emotional pain. Siddhartha joined the group and began practicing their methods of self-denial. He fasted for days on end, slept on beds of thorns, and subjected himself to all kinds of physical and emotional pain. However, despite all of his efforts, he still could not find the answers he was seeking. He realized that true enlightenment could not be found through asceticism, but rather through mindfulness and meditation. Siddhartha left the group of ascetics and continued his spiritual quest. He spent many years traveling throughout India, studying with various gurus and practicing meditation. He gradually developed his own philosophy of life, which emphasized the importance of mindfulness, compassion, and non-attachment. One day, Siddhartha sat under a Bodhi tree and meditated for many days, until he achieved a state of profound awareness and understanding. He had become the Buddha, the Enlightened One. The Buddha spent the rest of his life traveling throughout India, teaching others about his philosophy of life. He emphasized the importance of mindfulness, compassion, and non-attachment. He taught that by being fully present in the moment and cultivating compassion for ourselves and others, we can reduce suffering and find inner peace and happiness. The Buddha's teachings have inspired millions of people around the world, and have had a profound impact on Eastern and Western philosophy. They offer practical guidance on how to achieve inner peace and happiness, and on how to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. In today's fast-paced and stressful society, the principles of Buddhism and the practice of mindfulness and meditation are more relevant than ever. Many people are turning to these ancient teachings as a way to find balance and harmony in their lives. The practice of mindfulness has been shown to have numerous benefits, including reducing stress and anxiety, improving mental clarity and focus, and enhancing overall well-being. However, the teachings of the Buddha go beyond just individual well-being. They also offer insights into how we can create a more compassionate and just society. The Buddha taught that all beings are interconnected, and that we should treat others with kindness and compassion, regardless of their race, gender, or social status. In today's world, where there is so much division and polarization, the teachings of the Buddha offer a powerful antidote. By cultivating compassion for others and recognizing our shared humanity, we can create a more peaceful and harmonious world. In conclusion, the life of the Buddha is a timeless story that offers profound insights into the human condition. His teachings offer practical guidance on how to achieve inner peace and happiness, and on how to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. In today's world, where stress, anxiety, and division are all too common, the principles of Buddhism and the practice of mindfulness and meditation offer a powerful antidote. By following in the footsteps of the Buddha, we can create a more compassionate and just society, and find peace and happiness in our own lives. In a world where so many people are searching for meaning and purpose, the teachings of the Buddha offer a timeless wisdom that can guide us on our journey. By learning from his life and his teachings, we can cultivate compassion, mindfulness, and inner peace, and create a more harmonious and just world for all. As we continue to face the challenges of our times, let us turn to the teachings of the Buddha for guidance and inspiration, and work towards a brighter and more peaceful future.